Hi everyone. I think I've just worked out why Aaron is being so nasty to me. Because usually when he cheats on me, or when he steals off me, or when he fucks my house up, usually he walks out the door, and then I get upset, and then usually what happens is I'm crying, and I'm usually begging him to come back. Only this time, I think, because I've had so much of it, I think I finally snapped and thought, no, I'm not having him back. I'd rather cry every night than have him back. And I think that's why he's being so nasty to me this time, whereas before I haven't seen that side to him so much. Well, I don't think I've ever heard him swear at me before. He threatened me when he walked out the door. He says you better watch your back, because I'm going to get someone onto you. He said that to me, but he hasn't actually. Yeah. What does he expect me to say though? When he damages my stuff, what does he expect me to honestly say? Does he expect me to thank him for it? What does he expect me to say? So he hasn't got his own place, so he doesn't understand that. If he has his own place and someone will come into his house and damage his stuff, which will happen when he gets old, when he's a bit, say in a couple of years' time, when he gets his own place, and he has a younger guy at his house, the chances are that younger guy will take advantage of him or something else, and then he'll know, and then he'll understand how I felt then. Yeah. So, just felt a bit stressed after doing that last video. Not very stressed because I can't be bothered with. I only unblocked Aaron because I was hoping that he'd apologise to me, but obviously not. And my friend Lee just said to me, "What did you unblock him for?" And I said, "Because I was hoping he'd apologise to me." And Lee was like, "No, he's not that kind of person. Just keep him blocked." And he's right. I'm going to keep him blocked because he's not that kind of person. He's not a nice person. Everyone knows that. Chris Barvey knows that. Danny knows that. Everyone knows that. I've asked Danny before. I said, "Would you have him back at yours?" And he says, "No, not after everything that's happened. Not after everything you've been through. I wouldn't have him back at mine." You know, a few people have said that. I mean, Kath's also said that she doesn't want anything to do with him again. There's a few people have said that to me because they've seen how upset I've been over him, and they've seen how much shit he's put me through, and they've just thought, no, we don't want to be his friend because that's not the kind of person that we want as our friend. You know, and I definitely don't want anything to do with him anymore because he brings it on himself. He brings it on himself. He had a nice home in Droitwich which he shared with me. We had things going. We had things happening every day. We used to go swimming, we used to go to the gym, we used to go to the Malvern Hills, we used to go cycling. Me and him have done all those things. We've gone cycling together, we've gone swimming together, we've gone up the Malvern Hills together, we've gone to Lick Hills, we took dogs over the Malvern Hills, we took dogs to the Lick Hills. Me and him have done loads of things, and all I can think of is pure jealousy, the fact that he's lost out on that through his own selfish, stupid actions. If he was annoyed with me having a day or two apart from him, he should have said to me, I don't feel comfortable with us having a day apart. He should have said that to me rather than damaging my stuff. Because you'll never win doing that. What are you going to get out of damaging people's stuff? I don't understand the logic in that. I mean, if I met a nice guy, would I damage his place? No, because I'd think that if I damaged his place, if I cheated on him or if I stole off him, obviously he would chuck me out, which is fair enough. And I'd expect to be chucked out if I'd done that to someone. He must have something wrong with his head. He must have something seriously wrong with his head. If he can't see that, he must have something seriously wrong with his head. Because anyone can see that. Anyone can see that if they treat someone else's home like shit, then that person's going to chuck them out of their house. It's obvious. It's obvious. It's completely obvious. Only a fool wouldn't be able to see that. Only a complete fool wouldn't be able to see that. So, from what I've heard, he sounds quite desperate to get another partner. From what I've heard, my niece Demi told me earlier that he put his kick details on his Facebook account. He seems quite desperate now to get another partner, so obviously he's having problems at home, having problems with his dad or his brother or something. And he's just having a go at me because of those problems. I think that's what it is. But that's nothing to do with me. That is nothing to do with me. His family. His family's his family, and my family's my family. It's nothing to do with me. It's not my problem. He needs to sort his own self out. No one's gonna hold his hand and walk him across the road. No one held my hand when I was 23 and walked me across the road. Why should anyone hold his hand and walk him across the road? When I was 21, I moved out of my mum's. I went to council and I got a flat with help from my friend Steve Tibbetts. He helped me with it as well. But you don't get someone that's going to hold your hand and walk you across the road. He needs to realise that. He needs to stand on his own 2 feet. He needs to find his 2 feet. He needs to look down, find his 2 feet and walk across the road, and not expect his mummy and daddy to hold his hand and walk him across the road. Because they're not going to do that for the rest of their lives, are they? He's 23, he's 24 this year. Why should his family keep walking him across the road all the time for? Why don't he stand on his own 2 feet and pull his finger out of his arse and do something with his life? Anyway, I'm going to go now because I can't see any point in keep going on. Can't see any point in keep going on there. But he needs to grow a backbone. He really needs to grow a backbone. He needs to walk across that road on his own without anyone holding his hand. He really does. Because he's the youngest of 10 children and everyone runs round after him. And he expects that for the rest of his life, and it's not going to happen. People have got their own lives, family have got their own lives. I don't ring up my sister every time I've got a problem. I don't ring up my mum every time I've got a problem. I rarely see my mum. I maybe see my mum maybe once a month, and my sister I might only see like once a week or every other week. And I certainly don't run around and say, oh, I can't cope with this, oh, I can't cope with that, I need help with this, I need help with that, oh, someone's chucked me out, someone's chucked me out of their house, I can't cope. He brings it on himself. He's a vile person, and he's nasty to whoever he lives with, and then he wonders why they chuck him out their home. I mean, when he was with me, he says, I got the impression that there was many men that chucked him out of their home. And this is the reason why, because he's such a nasty person. He's such a nasty person that it's just going to keep on happening because he won't stop. I've put up with it for 3 years. He's cheated on me at least 5 times. I lose track of the times he stole money off me, asked for money off me, and if I says no, I would notice money missing out my wallet, because I used to keep my wallet downstairs in my coat. And then I had to keep my wallet in my jean pocket so he wouldn't take money out of it. And then it came to the point where I had to take my wallet to the bathroom when I went to the loo in the night because I was worried that he was going to take money out of my wallet. I lose track of all the things that have gone wrong in that relationship. He's cheated on me loads of times, he stole money off me, he's done quite a lot of damage to the house. But he's probably only wound me up because he wants me to say it. He wants me to talk about him on YouTube. That's probably what it is. That's probably what he's done now. He thinks, oh, he's not talking about me so much on YouTube now. I'm gonna upset. I'm gonna try and do something to upset him, so he starts talking about me on YouTube again. He's such a sad man. He really is. And he really needs to get a life. He really needs to get a life. He does. It's completely sad that he has to go to these extreme measures just for me to talk about him on YouTube. It's really sad. It's very sad. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now anyway, because nothing more I can say really, can I? Alright then. Huh? Oh.